Let's go ahead and jump into Citadel. You are such a talented artist. I mean, I really respect your craft. It was so fun to see you in those adrenaline pumping, action packed sequences that really felt like a dance between you and Richard. I mean, it really came alive. So what specifically did you learn about yourself, Priyanka, during this time?
That I can push myself physically to do a lot. I think this was a very demanding show, physically, spiritually, emotionally. We shot it in 2021. It took 5 years in the making. The first time I had a conversation about this show to Jennifer Salke, who's the head of Amazon Prime, was 5 years ago. And, here the show is. We trained for over a year and a half for this show because the Russos really wanted, the actors to do the stunts for the viewers to feel like, our faces were on camera. So you kind of feel that visceral nature of the fights. So it required a lot of discipline, and that was tough. It really was. So I learned that I can do anything I put my mind to.
And you look so good doing it. That's the thing. I'm watching it. I'm like, pretending I'm you. And I know, Priyanka, while still in school, you at one point wanted to be a criminal psychologist, first with Quantico and now Citadel. Is this your favorite genre to act in?
I think it's Hollywood's favorite genre to cast me in. I do find it, listen, I love watching thrillers and, crime dramas, and anything propulsive is really fun to watch. But the spy world, I mean, all of us have been intrigued by spies and the universe of the spies for such a long time. And I love the technology in Citadel is just slightly a little bit futuristic. But the spies are rooted in really reality. I mean, if you think about it, this is actually someone's job. Mm-hmm. Someone really does do this for a living. So that's what Citadel is grounded in, the gravity of how dangerous and scary these jobs are.
It sounds like you're living out your passion for criminal psychology at the same time.
That was so long ago. I wanted to be something different every year. Every year was another something I wanted to be, but never thought I'd be an actor. Look at that.
I'm curious. Do you think you'll pull a Kim Kardashian and become a lawyer or a psychologist someday? Do you feel like your fantasy an alternate career?
I've always wanted to go back to school. I don't know if I'll ever do that, but it's been a passion of mine. My career started when I was 17, 18. I never got to have the academic heights that I wanted to. But so there's something I really want to do, actually. I don't know when I would do it, but I've done a bunch of, I've bifurcated in other ways. I've written, I'm, producing, I'm in business. So I do various things, but going back to school was something I always wanted to do.
I love that. Before I get back to the show, this begs the question, if you went back to school, what would you want to become with that degree?
I don't know. I want to either go to business school to understand the nitty-gritties of how my industry works, how the other industries that I'm interested in, the business of entertainment really interests me. Either that or filmmaking. I don't know. Those are my two choices.
Priyanka, I love that. Okay, so since we're talking about a global spy agency, I got to ask you, if you can spy on any of your friends, celebrity friends, what have you, who would it be and why would you be spying?
I would spy on Stanley Tucci. I want to know everything about him. I want to know how he looks so fly and eats pasta. I want to know how he's just so cool and witty and what does he do? I want to spy on his life. He's just so cool. I was doing interviews with him just recently and he was talking about the log line of Citadel and I was like, I can just hear his baritone voice. I think I would totally spy on his life. I think he's very cool. He lives the life of a real life spy, I think.
My final question for you, what was it like being this huge star in Mumbai? I mean, you are a mega star and you brought all your family. What was that like? Can you share any detail? Up to you.
Yes, of course. Going back to Mumbai, going back to my home, going back and meeting the folks in the industry that taught me everything that I know with Citadel and my co-actors, and kickstarting this incredible world promo tour from my home was very emotional and special to me. We did the premiere and it had, actors and directors and writers and filmmakers that I had worked with who've seen me grow up in front of them from when I was like 18, 19, watching, my show. And it was very emotional. I got a lot of love and luck from everyone. I feel like kickstarting it in my home country just made me feel really like, all right, let's go get this. And it was a very beautiful feeling.